You only had 3 weeks together as a team pre-season, and that included a period of isolation. Is it a case that the players need to understand the way each other play and gel?
Likewise, like whenever you are putting a team together, it's always important that you do get a chance to gel on the pitch. You get your methods, you get your philosophy, you get your ideas, get them across as quick as you can. And look, it is. I mean, all teams have maybe struggled in isolation. All teams have maybe struggled in terms of training preparations, but we've struggled probably more than most because of the lateness of getting together as the team, the lateness of getting the squad together, and the isolation as well. I mean, that's obviously played a part with us. Add that to the fact is that we travel a long way, each day to training. And look, we want to try and get lots and lots of hours onto the training pitch. But when you've got to travel the distances that we've got to go to games and also to training sessions, then we need to try and look after the players as well. The players' welfare is massively important. The players' mentality is huge, especially in the modern game. So we need to look after them. So we can't really do what we want to in terms of preparation, getting as much hours on the training pitch. But saying that, when we do put the shifts in the training pitch, the lads have been fantastic. They've been really, really good. The environment that we've created has been good. The lads enjoy the training sessions. They enjoy the setup and the camaraderie that we have. So we're not looking for excuses here. We are giving reasons why why we haven't got the results. And it's certainly not excuses. We're not blaming anyone. It's not a blame game. It is all about us, what we can do as a team. We'll get it right. We know that. We are a really a work in progress. We're getting there. We're getting there.
The second question is also from Sky Sports News. Are you still actively looking to recruit a striker, and do you have targets in mind?
We got lots of players that we can not bring in terms of, oh look, yeah, we want him. I think we've got to be sensible. I think we have an idea of who we can and can't bring in, but look, we have to be realistic. Players have got to want to come here. When we tell players they've got to come over and they've got to quarantine 2 weeks before they do anything, it's a tall ask. And obviously we have got a few phone calls out. We've got a few persons working at bringing other individuals in. Look, it's not just a striker. We have got lots and lots of things that we can discuss. But look, instead of giving teams away and obviously players away, we are as a team, working and trying to be the very best we can. And if it means bringing in someone who's right for the club, then of course we're going to be interested.
The third question is the lack of an established foreign striker up front hurting the plans of the team? This is from Sportskeeda.
I don't think so. Look, we haven't scored. We know that. And look, it's not me having a go at any sort of individual players. We are playing okay as a team. The scoreline suggests that we have been battered in both games, but we haven't. We've been in the games. We're not a million miles away from where we need to be. And look, just because you bring a foreign striker in doesn't mean that you're going to win games. If football is football, this country is governed by the rules of what we can and can't do. Look, we can bring 7 foreigners in. We can't play 7 foreigners. If we maybe bring a foreign striker in as a number 9, then maybe we're weakened in other areas. So I think my job as a head coach and a manager is to try and establish what works best for us. And if it means bringing a number 9, of course we're going to be interested. But if it means like weakening in other positions, then it's something that we need to maybe try and work out and try and discuss with obviously my team here and work out what's best going forward for us.
The fourth question now, I've got 2 questions from the Hindustan Times. What is the update on injuries to Aaron, Lockett and Danny?
Well, again, Aaron probably shouldn't be too far away. Obviously with Lockett and Danny, we're obviously waiting for scan results to come through. Both players have been for scans, and we'll probably find out the scan results within a day or two. So we'll know more then. But obviously, big players. You've seen Lockett in the first game. He's probably one of our better players, and obviously Danny in the second game, which sort of disrupted the way we want to play, and losing him in the first couple of minutes really put a dampener on what we're trying to do and what we've achieved. So big players. We know that. But look, it's maybe an opportunity for others to showcase what they've got.
The second one from Hindustan Times is: would you like to qualify your comment that some Indians look like they have not been coached before?
Yeah, again, I think this has been taken out of context quite a lot. Look, we know social media, and we know the ins and outs of the good and the bad of it. I mean, my comments were directed at my team. We're obviously trying to play a certain way. My philosophy is coaching a team to the best of my knowledge and the best of my ability. And we have an intricate way of playing. We have an identity, we have a philosophy. And my players haven't been coached this way before. And we're trying to implement our ways and trying to get the best out of what we've got. And it means lots of hours on the training pitch, trying to get them, fundamentally what is right for us as a team, what is right for certainly for me as a manager, and getting the best out of them. So, yeah, I understand why people, take the wrong context. Look, it's not ideal, and I'm certainly not coming over disrespecting anyone. I would never ever do that. I think there is lots and lots of good players in India. Some are not great, by all means. It's not me sugarcoating anything. But I think what we have established so far is, look, there is talented players. There is very, very good, technically gifted players. But players sometimes need a better understanding of the game. And that's not me being derogatory. That's me being a realist. That is me trying to better the system, if you like. That is me trying to play it to understand. It's not all about playing football with the ball. It's organising defence, talking to each other, communicating with each other all the time, being sensible with your tackles, knowing when you can tackle, knowing when you can't tackle, when you can run to, where you can to, when you can run. Sometimes standing still works. Sometimes you have to move to create space for your teammates. So the understanding of the game can be better. We know that, and it's something that we are working on as a team. Now, for me going forward, if you're obviously the Indian national team, our job now is to try and get the players playing for the national team, trying to get them as good as they can be, because we want the Indian national team to be successful. And when the Indian national team is successful, that means everyone's enjoying the football. That means the ISL, the I leagues are all good leagues. But if we can get the players who understand the game a little bit better, that is great. And it's not something that happens overnight. It really isn't. It's something that needs to develop from grassroots football. So we can get the kids to understand the game a little bit better. Maybe future generations will find it easier to play football and understand the game a little bit better.
Right. The sixth question is from sportscreen.com. After 2 consecutive losses, how are you preparing for the next encounter against Northeast United FC? Can we expect a massive change in the playing 11?
Well, obviously, there's going to be a change, because we all know there's a few injuries and a few players not available. In terms of our philosophy, we have something that we believe in. We have a way of playing, and we will continue to play that way. Obviously, we will respect the opponents and we'll respect the opposition 100%. But we have a way of playing, and we'll play that way. So sometimes it is about us and what we can do. And again, it's maybe stopping our individual errors, stopping our silly mistakes. And I think that's probably why we need to concentrate that a little bit more. Certainly not just as as individuals, but as a group as well. We know we're in for a tough game. We're playing a team who are unbeaten so far, but it's a challenge for our players. We've played against the 2 of the best teams in the country, and we haven't been outclassed. Okay, we've lost the games, but we've showed glimpses of what we're about, and we'll continue to show glimpses. And when we get sort of our feet under the table and we start playing a little bit better, and start gelling that little bit more as a team, we will get points and we will put really, really good performances. I'm really sure that.
For the next question is from Sportskeeda. Your opponents, Northeast United, have earned a penalty in every game they have played this season. Is that something that you will be cautious about and keeping an extra focus on? And what are your views about your opponents?
I've just mentioned Northeast. I think they're obviously a team who are unbeaten, so they go into the game with a lot of confidence. They've got a manager who bring out the very best players. They've won a game. They drew a couple. So he's got them robust. He's got them organised. He's got them defensively solid, and it's our job to try and sort of break that down. We know it's a task. but it's a great challenge for our players. We played 2 tough games. We're going to play a third tough game. We know that. But most games now are going to be tough. The question or the answer to the bad penalties in every game, that's the football over here. Sometimes the refereeing standards can be better. I think we all know that. But it is what it is. Football is played, and this is why we need to get the players who understand the game a little bit more about being sensible, going in for tackle, only winning the ball when it's 31. Maybe you contain forwards, or maybe you hold people until other people are in and around instead of diving in. So we as a team can't afford to dive in, because obviously the team can win penalties. Not just North East, but it's any team. Any team can win penalties. So I think you have to be clever and you have to be sensible in your approach to how to defend balls into the box and runs and challenges in that area.
How capable are our players to handle the situation at this moment? This is from ABP.
What's the question, Deb? Sorry.
The question is, how capable are our players to handle the situation at the moment? Obviously, we have not had the greatest start, and this question is from ABP, Gaffer.
Well, I disagree with. I mean, everything is governed by results here in this country, and we know results are everything. In terms of the greatest start, we haven't had the greatest start in terms of the results for us, but we're actually not playing that bad. I think if you to sort of sit and analyse our performances, we've been in every game. So, I mean, for example, the second game against Mumbai, I mean, we had a great chance to go 1-0 ahead. So, it's not all bad. We are putting in good performances. We probably need to be a little bit more consistent, and probably concentration levels need to be a little bit longer than what we're getting at the minute. But look, as far as I'm concerned, we have played 2 very, very good teams, and we haven't been outclassed. So we've got something to aim for. We know we can compete, but it's going out there and showing everyone that we are not a bad side, and that is the aim. We can do that, and we're confident we can do that.
The second last question is from Ajkal newspaper. How difficult will it be to organize the defense in the absence of Danny Fox? I mean, he has obviously picked up an injury.
Yeah, well, look, Danny's a great player. He comes over here with a tremendous record. We all know what type of player he is. But this is why you have squads. You have squads, and players can come in and maybe that player can stand up and be counted. And there's a chance for the players to sort of come in and be that man and show everyone what they've got. So yeah, it's not ideal in terms of losing your captain, losing one of your better players. But look, it happens in football. But you have to adapt. You have to accept it. You have to move on, and there's no good crying over it. We've got a game to win, and we'll be going out to try and win that game. With whatever 11 we put out on the pitch, we've all got to show that consistency, show that confidence of doing what's right for the shirt. This club is huge, and players have to earn that right to get that shirt on, and when you do get that shirt on, then you've got to give it everything for that badge. Now, whoever comes in for Danny Fox I'm sure will give 100% for that red and gold shirt.
And the final question, Gaffer, how do you assess the foreign players' performance? This is from Ray Sports.
Look, I mean, a lot is said with performances of foreign lads, and look, we know we are behind everyone in terms of preparation. We know that. And once our players get up to speed, I think that we've signed the best foreign players in this country. I think they really are. I mean, Matty Steinman, for example, has been absolutely excellent in the games. Obviously, Pilks and Jacks, who are playing, okay, they're not the levels they want to be just yet. But look, we're happy with them. We're happy as a staff, we're happy as a squad, and we're happy as a team with them, because I think they are playing okay. But they come over here with a reputation, and when you get to the levels that they played at, and they're not at that reputation just yet, but they'll get there. And look, we're happy with them, and it's a matter of time before they start gelling and performing and the way they want to. I think we're happy with the way they're playing, but they have good examples themselves. They want to play better, and I love that. The fact is that they know they can play better, and they're doing everything they can. They're working hard on the training pitch. They're right behind everyone. They mix with all the Indian players here, and we all have each other's backs. So we play well as a team. We don't play well as a team. We win as a team. We lose as a team. But what we are a team, and we are all together. So if anyone's having a bad time, we're all having a bad time. But what we've got to do is we've got to make sure we all stick together, and we will do that.
Thank you so much for your time, Gaffer.